Hello. Welcome to Mystic Moons. I almost feel like putting out a third deck, but I don't know. Part of me wants to use a third deck, part of me does not. You know, we can see how this goes. Maybe I'll do one more Valentine's Day reading if I feel like it, if I feel the need to, where I'll include that third deck. I think I'm not going to go with it for this one, because the deck I'm thinking about is about 50% positive words and 50% negative words. And I think there could be a place for that, but not right now. Right now, we're going to go and focus on purely those Valentine's Day. I was wondering if that, oh, it's just a joint. I was wondering if that was broken or not. That leaf. It was a little bent. And I was wondering if it got bent because, I don't know, a cat smushed it or something. I see it was just growing naturally. When I sit here, I have them in front of here so I could see them and go like, oh, what's happening? Unfortunately, too, I have some cats that come up here and they just shred my leaves. They pick them off like little butterfly wings. Still working out on how to, there must be like some, they know that they're up here, the plants get attention and they say, we're going to go and, you know, thwart that. If you can see the little holes in that leaf, it's like a caterpillar. Anyway, I have fuzzy, whiskered caterpillars. Anyway, yeah, so that's why I'm not going to use a third deck for this one. We'll just use these two. Valentine's Day messages. Let's go and get just a Valentine's message, a message of love for the collectives. I see this in the realm of universal love, overall love. If the message wants to condense itself a little bit more specific, well, then it'll let us know. I have my little felt balls that I create from like my cat fur. Yeah, I think that's all the forward I want to do. For these readings, I invite you outside of your sun, your moon, your rising. Also think about your Venus. Okay, we'll just think about those 4 areas. Venus, the placement of love, of beauty. Excuse me. For these readings, I will be listing the order in which they're read, either in the title or the description or both. So feel free to go and hop around on the timeline to go and find them. On the phone, it's a little hard for me to timestamp as opposed to the desktop, so that's why I don't timestamp as long as I'm using the phone. For the signs we're going to start with, I guess we're going to start with water. We'll start with water and then we'll go off to the other signs. And I think that, oh, and if you appreciate my time, do give me a thumbs up. Thank you for the like. And yeah, that's all the, oh, and you could also check out the other readings that I've done in the theme of Valentine's Day love, if you'd like. The very first one would be Love in 2026. Check that one out. You can also check out, I did 2 readings on Valentine's. I think the last one I did maybe 6 days ago or so. maybe 3 days ago. I don't know. I did it a couple days ago. And I did one in the beginning of the month. All right. So we're going to do Pisces first. Going to do water. That tower just snaked its way out, didn't it? I'm still going to go and pull some more. So for Pisces, Valentine's Day for Pisces, Valentine's message actually for Pisces. Something's eager to make itself a focal point to you, Pisces. King of Pentacles, Pisces, Six of Wands. I have a very confident individual here, Pisces. Thank you very much for the like. Well, maybe when my hands get a little bigger, they will be. Let's see. 10 of Wands, Chariot. So first of all, Pisces, know that with your Valentine's Day message, Pisces, a lot of activity is going on around here. Very busy people, Pisces, not just yourself, very busy people. Oops. And lots of things going on. First of all, I feel like that's mutual, Pisces, between you and the admirers that you have. One could almost say in this energy, Pisces, both of you and the people who love you, Pisces, are quite busy and involved with, very specific endeavors, not necessarily much crossover. So it appears here in the initial energy, Pisces, not that that can't change. But in your environment, I get, very, like one person's very heads down focused and let's say with the color yellow, Pisces. And someone else, Pisces, is heads down focused on a numeral, right? You're working on two entirely different things, not much room for crossover, not much overlap or bridging. Anyway, that's the basic energy. Also, too, what I have here, Pisces, for your Valentine's Day message, drive. No slouchers, Pisces. Lots of ideas, Pisces. Thank you for the likes. With Magician and Seven of Cups. Very creative, very fertile. Here could also be, Pisces, someone, we could also say with 10 of Wands. And again, this could be mutual energy between you and the people who love you, Pisces. Or the people who'd like to come closer, Pisces. One could say that in this energy with King of Wands, King of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. You hear someone too who also takes a lot on their plate. They have lots of ideas, Pisces. They keep the good ideas, Pisces, and continue to work on it, and very driven. So know that too, Pisces, there's a lot more going on for you, around you, in love than just pure love, Pisces. It's really about a lifestyle choice. There has to be alignment in your life path and there's no division. And also too, Pisces, in this energy, I get really strong drive. Pisces, you can't be with a couch potato. You can't be with someone too, Pisces, who takes corners, cuts corners, is lazy, also pushes things off to others. I would say precisely because, as I said, I'm not getting this is just their energy. This is mutual energy, Pisces. You push, you hustle, you work, you put yourself out there. And in that energy, Pisces, the people who gravitate towards you, Pisces, are in, well, similar endeavors towards their life path, right? It's just not like sectioning out, I have a 9 to 5 type of path. No, it's the overall goals. I know it's not quite love, but Pisces, this is life. And your Valentine's message here is that your love has to support, your life path. Very industrial energy here. Partnership, Pisces. I have the Lovers. The 10 of Wands wants to come out again. And I have a 7 of Wands. The Fool. An Emperor. Another King of Pentacle energy. So we could say, Pisces, first of all, with King of Pentacles coming up twice. I don't know if you can see that, but King of Pentacles, bottom of the deck energy here. 10 of Wands energy there. Our main energy coming up was a King of Pentacles and a 10 of Wands. What does that mean? Well, first of all, someone who takes responsibility, Pisces. You have responsibilities, you have goals. Pisces, your Valentine's also needs to be someone equally as committed to, equally as serious, equally committed to their responsibilities, their endeavors. That Fool energy is like a third type of energy coming up here too. Lots of change, lots of rumbling. You know what this energy is too, Pisces, for your Valentine's message? First of all, Pisces, take one step back too. I just want to say for the single Pisces or the Pisces who don't have their eye on anyone or haven't been yoked to anyone. And I say yoked again because we have a King of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. It's very closely knit energy. Once you get under the purview of this type of energy, they keep it, right? They keep it, they add to their responsibilities that they care for, they grow it, etc. For the single Pisces, I really feel like in this energy, first of all, know that the more that you attend to business, the more that you push towards your path, regardless of the support that you may or may not get, Pisces, from it. That's precisely where and how you meet the partners, Pisces. And I mean that not just romantically, but the partners in life, the partners, Pisces, of people who love you. Because what I have here, Pisces, is I see you very, very busy with your work, with your projects, with your goals, with your life direction. I see other people, Pisces, coming to you in that sort of heads down, focused energy to achieve. Anyway, I have great partnerships for you, Pisces. Your Valentine's Day message is that the one who comes to you, Pisces, the one who is your partner, Pisces, is a very strong individual, is an understatement. But then again, Pisces, I get very strong energy from you. Someone has to match you in that intensity and in your belief and focus towards, what makes life worth living and what is worth striving for. Certain things in this energy, Pisces, I'm sure that while other people would say, well, that's not really important to me. I'm sure, Pisces, for you, you're saying, no, this particular thing is everything. All the other things, not really, but this is important. And Pisces, there are similar people out there who share that same, how should I say, faith, determination, understanding that The important things, especially if they're hard, Pisces, doesn't mean that you shouldn't go and continue to pursue them. No, it means you think about how can you utilize other, like for instance, if you know the direction you want to go, maybe you can't go it in a straight way, but maybe you have to go and, take some side roads, go indirectly. Maybe it takes a little bit more time for you to arrive at certain benchmark points, but it's worth it because you know that's where you want to be. The Fool and the Emperor is a innovator, Pisces, also too in this energy, Pisces, someone who doesn't need to be told or doesn't need external validation for what they themselves know is right, what they want to do, how they want to do it. The world is yet to be how you see it. And Pisces, there are other people out there who share that same vision in that. Lovers and Seven of Wands energy here. Pisces is actually straightforward. Pisces, I could say make sure the people around you are equally as dedicated, equally as serious, equally as heads down into their life goals, because that's your partner, that's your Valentine's. As I said, regardless of romantic love, I'm talking about partnerships of the people who care and love for you in life overall. But Pisces, I don't need to say that because with your energy being so driven, I mean, literally, you could see the repeated signs that we have here in the two decks. With your energy being so driven, Pisces, you yourself are a sieve, are a filter. Pisces, the people who don't have the brains, the people who don't have the talent, the people who don't have the energy, the people who don't have the discernment, Pisces, they wilt away, Pisces. The wilting ones, Pisces, are not the ones you need. And they're not the ones you're meant to get, Pisces. Anyway, Pisces, that is my Valentine's Day message for you. Know, Pisces, that because of your very unique, serious, not necessarily stiff as well in this energy, as I said, Magician and Seven of Cups energy in there, lots of great ideas, and those ideas are compounded into, everything viable, everything good. They're part of the vision to build out. And what I see for you, Pisces, is actually a breakthrough in that. I think that's why that tower came slipping out. Said, here I am. Pisces, don't try and force yourself or accommodate yourself, Pisces. I feel overall to the environments that you're in and the people who you're dealing with, Pisces. There's a change coming, Pisces, and you don't have that long to wait. Keep in mind, too, Pisces, we're in a number 10 year, 2026. We could also be seeing this in this energy, Pisces, for your Valentine's Day message. This is the year when everything really comes together. Everything really comes together so that you can go and chip off what's done and prepare for your next phase. Is it going to happen this year? Well, is it going to happen next year? Your new phase in self, in love, in a new type of authority? Meeting someone who holds a lot of authority, definitely in this energy, Pisces. Again, you're not meant to be with lightweights, only heavyweights. And people, too, who can go and put the vision behind the energy as well, equal amounts. This is something that's unfolding. I feel like right now, Pisces, this is a process of organizing everything in place. And Pisces, if you are single, I would say the one Pisces who's meant to come to your side. And not much longer, Pisces, you're going to know exactly who they are by their accomplishments and their vision. Very beautiful energy I have for you, Pisces, for partnerships. Very strong energy, Pisces. Nothing weak, nothing lazy, nothing dull, nothing flippant for you, Pisces. And I feel too, Pisces, as I said, with your energy. Oh, I should have said signs, shouldn't I? With your energy, Pisces, you naturally act as a sieve that those Pisces who don't match your own high vibration and quality, they get filtered out. Well, Pisces, 10 of Wands is Sagittarius energy. Fool is Aquarius. Tower is Scorpio. Aries energy. I'm trying to think, what were those other signs? No, we had 7 of Cups. That would be some more Scorpio. I did see Magician, Gemini. Well, Pisces, you can take it back, but more than anything, rest assured, the person that I see, as I said before, a strong individual, one who is able to match the strength that you have as well. Thank you for the like. Let's go on to Cancer. Do I shuffle these a little bit? I think I folded these back adequately. So Cancer, what's a Valentine's Day? I actually want to go and get my tinctures. One moment. Okay, so for Cancer, let that sound out for a second. Hello. All right. So Cancer signs, that would be a Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you for the like. Let's see what we have for Cancer. A Valentine's message for Cancer. I have 8 of Swords and High Priestess, Cancer. Have to go on your gut, Cancer. That's where all the truth is revealed, Cancer. Also, too, know this, Cancer, what really affects you towards others isn't necessarily, Cancer, your physical presence. I almost feel like saying, Cancer, it's your after image, your shadow. The space, Cancer, of where you once occupied and then left, Cancer, even if it was just only momentary lapse, Cancer. That space continues to reverberate. So first of all, know that, Cancer. It really isn't so much, Cancer, what you say. I mean, it all adds up, right, Cancer? I mean, what we look like, the movements we make, how we speak, how we act. I mean, all that adds to things, Cancer. But here, what I'm getting is really the strongest about you is the energy that you have. And then, as I said, that energetic footprint you have when you leave. Something about you, Cancer, the unsaid, the unmoved. That is really a haunting aspect about you, Cancer. You don't need to go and do much, Cancer. First of all, know this. You don't really need to do much to have an effect. And maybe that effect, Cancer, isn't something necessarily that you can go and see to quantify with your own eyes, Cancer, because really what you're operating on, the spaces you're operating on, Cancer, is as subtle and yet undeniable as when we get goosebumps, Cancer, along our skin. You know, just that momentary prickle. It's undeniable. A spider web, Cancer, that when you come across it and then it has those threads, and you're like, you can't see it, but you feel it. Anyway, Cancer, you have some energy like that. So no, first of all, it's not necessarily the energy that's a knee-jerk reaction. No fireworks per se to see the effect that you're having. But your presence alone speaks volumes. And you definitely, Cancer, occupy a larger space. I'm not sure whether to say when quiet, when still, when gone, in your absence, but something about you, Cancer, as I said, you have a footprint and your energetic mass lingers in the spaces that you've been in the touch points you've engaged in. Okay, so that's the first part. Hello. Hello, Andrea. Hello, Marie. Well, right now I'm doing these readings for the collective, seeing how I'm about on the second sign, and it's a half an hour going on. It'll probably be at least 2 hours. If you want to come back then, and if I have the energy, we can see. But I'm going to focus on these signs for right now. So, I just said I'm doing 2 hours of collective readings. I set aside the time for it. Where I am, it's 2:40 in the morning. So I've committed to be here at least till 4:30 in the morning. And I do get up in the morning too. I don't have a night schedule. I have things that I have to be at, places I have to be at 8. Well, if anyone would like to send a bit of love and donations over to the channel, even just a token, that would be appreciated. But yes, this is going to be for the collective readings. Anyway, to go back to Cancer. So first of all, know that, again, not many things are going to be overt here, I think, because Cancer, precisely where you affect people, is on such a subtle level that they themselves are wondering how to process it. Definitely in this energy, Cancer, a lot more is going on around the background than you're aware of. And I don't really think, Cancer, it's for you to be aware of how much of an impact you have. I would almost say, too, Cancer, that's part of your charm. Is that the fact that you're not aware of how strong a pull, how strong an impact you make. So High Priestess, 8 of Swords, we also get, let's see, I have 10 of Pentacles and a King of Pentacles. Okay, so first of all, I do want to throw out one little thing here, Cancer. Do you possibly sell yourself a little short? Or Cancer, do you possibly see things a little negative. Or Cancer, maybe all that you are seeing are things that are not quite the best as you would like to do. But I'd like to say, first of all, in this energy, Cancer, again, I already said there's lots happening that you're not aware of, and that that part feels like you're charmed. I already said that. But in this energy, Cancer, there is something quite positive waiting to happen for you. And you don't see it, Cancer. I don't really know how obvious. We'll see. We'll take a look, Cancer, how obvious this King of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles is. Take a look. To me, Pentacle energy, though, is something that is overt, right? We're already dealing with tangibles. You can't necessarily, you know, there's a weight to it. There is a presence to it, but we'll see how defined it is. Essentially, Cancer, I feel like saying there's a whole lot of opportunities that you have that you're not aware of. Either they haven't approached you yet, they could be afraid to approach you yet, Cancer. These are also two very different elements. You know, this is someone who's there with all the, this is very external energy, first of all, King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. And here, Cancer is all internal energy. Here is the physical, here is the mental, and the spiritual. Two entirely different realms, two entirely different ways of operating, Cancer. Just as much as you make a wave on the ether, Cancer, here's someone who makes a wave or makes their presence known, makes their weight known in actual physical ways. And I think it could be a little hard for you to go and see either this person, these opportunities, or translate the interest that is being shown to you, maybe too in this energy, Cancer, precisely because all that you could be seeing are the not so good things around you, right? We all have a bit of noise, right? Sometimes the crowd could be so thick with not exactly your dreams that you could miss the flecks of gold that are in between the dirt, right? Your vision could be a little narrowed in there. Anyway, let's go and take a look, Cancer. Intriguing energy, your Valentine's Day message. Your Valentine's Day message essentially is saying there is an opposite, someone who operates in an opposite way than you do, Cancer, but with as much impact. This person, you have interest, Cancer, but you are not quite aware of it, either preoccupied or not aware. This King of Pentacles energy actually is pretty large, Cancer. Really large energy. It's like purposely making themselves a larger, Cancer, to get your attention. Cancer, preoccupied with other things. Anyway, Cancer, first of all, I would say it's also a Valentine's message for you. You are feeling too much, Cancer. And as you are feeling so much, Cancer, you are not properly seeing what's around you. So, Cancer, do keep in mind, obviously, Cancer, you feel a lot intuitively, just by nature of your energy. But Cancer, what you're feeling is the whole, and what you should keep your eyes peeled for, Cancer, is just the individual. Right? There's a whole bunch of noise, but in between that noise, Cancer, there's one clear voice, and that clear voice is precisely what you should focus on. Anyway, energy is coming up here so far, Cancer. I actually kind of forgot the other cards I pulled, but you can go back and push it back and see. But I have some Gemini and Virgo. I have King of Swords. I have Seven of Cups with the Devil. That's a strong hand. Someone utilizing, Cancer. Do I say every trick or every resource, Cancer, they have to make an impact, to get your attention? Okay, well, first of all, so far with your Valentine's message, I'm going to pull out a few more cards and then we'll go on to the next sign. But what I'm getting here is somebody's going to be really overt with you, Cancer. Your Valentine's message is someone, which actually I think this was similar to another Valentine's or another love message I got for you. It's a reoccurring theme. Someone who leaves no question, Cancer, about how they see you. I have Two of Cups, Cancerian energy, and I have 10 of Wands with Three of Swords, Knight of Cups, and Magician. What was there under there? The Moon, Strength. Well, Cancer, your Valentine's Day message, there definitely is a whole lot more going around you than you're aware of. Also, too, you impact people pretty deeply. I don't feel, Cancer, in that impact it's anything that would lead someone to go and say, oh, Cancer, blah, 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 blah. No, I think, Cancer, the way that you affect them and the way your space lingers is something that people would keep quiet about, because they would not be used to how deeply this affected them, when, let's say, so many other things could have affected them more. It's almost like a secret of how much your presence looms. Cancer, for your Valentine's message, I get a very overt individual, very demonstrative individual. Someone, Cancer, who's going to make the effort to approach you. Two of Cups is Cancerian energy. And interesting, there is a little bit, we are reading for the collective here, Cancer. There is a little bit of borders and walls put up. Very guarded, Cancer, about how love is expressed to you. How authentic is that love? And again, as I said too, especially with that Eight of Swords and High Priestess energy we initially had, there's a lot of feeling, not really intelligence, like logical, spoken, academic intelligence, or even street smart intelligence, right? There's just not much of that going around, Cancer, but more it's about knowing and feeling. And I feel like, Cancer, what you are influenced by is waves of pure alignment to people's cores. And, you have to protect yourself. When you can feel so deeply, when you do feel so deeply, and it makes you warm up to a certain point, Cancer, flexible up to a certain point. And here's someone, Cancer, who wants to try and convey their authenticity, precisely, Cancer, by having a very heavy hand or being very obvious about it. Anyway, Cancer, your Valentine's message, I know I said that a couple times, but definitely someone who operates differently than you. And they should go definitely several extra miles, Cancer, to convey their sincerity towards you. Don't be overwhelmed, Cancer. See what it's all about, Cancer. Let's go. Oh, I should have said signs too. Well, you could take them back. You can take them back. We had a whole bunch of signs there. Was there a predominance of signs? I don't know. I don't recall. Anyway, we're going to go off to Scorpio. And I see I have a whole bunch of comments. I don't really read comments when I'm doing my readings. I just do the readings. And I usually read the comments afterwards. I do ask that use nice language, please. I do ask that. And nice language in general, nice language to others. I will read the comments when I'm done, but I try and focus on the messages. Let's go on to Scorpio. So, Scorpio. Let's see, Scorpio. A Valentine's Day message for, Valentine's message rather, for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see, Scorpio. I have Hierophant and Three of Cups. So we have some Taurus energy, some Cancerian energy coming in here, Scorpio. Scorpio, the energy I have here is very narrow. Narrow scope of vision, very focused, Scorpio. Focused on what's important, Scorpio, made up their mind, Scorpio, on what's important, and they honor it, Scorpio. One could also say in this energy, Scorpio, well, we'll see, but this isn't necessarily new energy. This is almost like a collection, Scorpio, especially with that devil energy there. That which is deemed important, that which is deemed valuable, that which touches the heart, that which is your or part of an inner circle, whether this is you or your Valentine's message or just the community of people who love you, Scorpio, and who are yet to love you. But I have very loyal energy. I do have a little bit of energy about building a community here, Scorpio. You know, the ties that are made are not easily broken, not easily discarded. And so I have someone who has faith in their friendship, in their connections, will honor their friendship and connections. Oops, did I mean to take everything back? I did not quite, but anyway, I guess we'll keep those two. Scorpio, I'm going to put out the black cards before I look at these. I hear my cat meowing in the background. He's talking. So let's see what else we have. 5 with Hierophant. We have a 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords is also in that first initial pull. And Death, Scorpio energy. With the Sun, let's see what else we have. Oops, guess we'll take that one. And movement. I have growth and movement. This is like Scorpio, a person who is well rested. And in that well rested energy, now they are able to go out and do more, to learn more, to discover more. To build more? Let's see, Scorpio. I have the Moon, 5 of Swords, Knight of Swords, 7 of Wands, with the 6 of Pentacles that came out. Strongest energy here, Scorpio, definitely would be Taurus, followed by some Aquarius, Leo, then some water energy, maybe some Libra energy. You know, Scorpio, this energy is interesting because we're talking about, you know, what you're committed to, that pulls through. But then there's changes here. It's almost like Scorpio reaching a certain level where you have to decide what to do now, how to evolve, what to evolve into, Scorpio, who to evolve with, where do your values lie? The person who's coming up to you, Scorpio, could be someone in a similar state of flux. Where are their non-negotiables, Scorpio? Where do they seek innovation, Scorpio? How far to push the label or the boundaries, Scorpio? It definitely is pushing boundaries here. Moon, 5 of Swords, with Knight of Swords and 7 of Wands. Okay, so Scorpio, your Valentine's Day message. You know, part of this change is you, Scorpio, but I think, Scorpio, it's also about where do you draw lines? How flexible are you in some ways, and how rigid are you in others? You know, in this energy, Scorpio, it feels like you have the capacity to be quite flexible, but it also feels like perhaps, Scorpio, prior, there could have been a tendency, Scorpio, for you to be flexible precisely because of the people who you trusted or people who you admired. You know, someone said, this is a good thing to consider or try out. And so you go and you see about it. And Scorpio, what I have for your Valentine's message is really think about your own boundaries and what you're comfortable with. And also too, Scorpio, when other people are asking you, I'd say actual mutual energy, when you are asking people to do certain things, when they are asking you to do certain things, you could be thinking about the possible gains that you'd learn or earn. But at the same time, Scorpio, I feel like you really need to think about your own comfortable metric. Don't allow yourself, Scorpio, to be swept away by other people's ideas of how things should be. Implement quite strongly, Scorpio, where your comfort levels are, what you want to do, where you want to go, how you want to do it, how you want to live life, what's important to you too, Scorpio. Really have a clear idea upon that, especially when you're starting to deal with people who you love. It's not about being closed-minded or inflexible, Scorpio, but it's about exploring the new based upon the foundation and the strength, the core of what's important to you. Do your explorations in that way, Scorpio, because in this energy, I don't know, it's a little harsh. Feels like people could influence you, could warm you up, could goad you into going a little bit past your comfort zones, a little more than you would be inclined to do, a little faster, things like that, Scorpio, and it's unnecessary. And you'll be able to tell too, Scorpio, exactly more about the caliber of people that you're with and precisely why, Scorpio, do they seek growth. Like, what are their places of love, their places of importance, Scorpio, that inspires them to explore new things? As I said, exploration is fine, Scorpio, as long as it supports what you love and is aligned to developing what you value. Let's go and see another sign. Hello, and thank you for the like. Let's see. Now, we'll go on to the next element. Who will that be? I already did water. Shall we do air? We'll do a Libra. So let's go and see. What else we have? All right, now I'm doing readings for the collective. And that's what I set aside time to do. If you would like personal questions answered, I would require a donation, and it would have to be after I finish the collectives, if I still have energy to do so in this round. So, in fact, if you're interested in a reading, you can email me, mystic.galaxy.moons@gmail.com. You can tell me if you're interested in a question or just a session, and we can go from there. All right, Libra. Let's see. A Valentine's message for Libra. Let that sound out. Still hear a little bit, but good enough. All right. Let's see, that would be a Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libra, I have a Two of Wands with a Four of Wands. Very strong Aries energy here, Libra, coming up. We could be in this energy, Libra. We'll see how this plays out. We could be anticipating do I say a move, a change, some commitments coming about, Libra, in the spring for you. We definitely have the initiation of foundation, the initiation of partnership. Let's go and find out more. So I have a Two of Wands. Is it going to be one of those nights when I get the same cards from each deck? Eight of Swords. Four of Wands. Five of Swords. Four of Swords. Well, Libra, needless to say, twos may be relevant to you. Fours may be relevant to you. Very strong Aries energy may be relevant to you. Libra, if you have Aries in your chart, that Aries energy is going to be like a magnet for you. Consider it. If you have Aries energy in your natal chart, see what planets and what houses it's in. Even if it's an empty house, maybe see what kind of asteroids are in it. Because Aries, those are your, Aries is your magnet if you have it in your chart. Aries is what is going to attract people to learn more about you. Maybe too, we could even say in this energy, Aries, to endear themselves to you. Definitely your magnet. We could also be talking in this energy, Aries, Libra, Aries season, which would be spring. We could be talking about somebody who has significant Aries energy themselves. Quite possibly sun, moon, rising. Aries in this energy, Five of Swords, Four of Wands, Eight of Swords. Here's someone Aries. There's like so much Aries energy here. Here's someone Libra who, well, they're itching for that partnership, how to go and also choose stability, right? How to go and find your place, how to go and project yourself in the right way, Libra, how to make sure you're attracting the right type of attention, how to make sure you're getting the right type of responses as well from the people that you're dealing with. You know, it's more than just finding your other half, finding your partner in this energy, Libra. It's about, finding a platform that you're comfortable in, that you're stable in. And also, too, being, I don't want to quite say the word treated, but somewhere in the energy of treated, viewed, respected. That kind of standing that is projected as your public face, Libra. And there is a bit of frustration here that hasn't exactly been able to maturate. This is still like very much the building, the planning, the anticipation of, where this energy is a little bit impatient. Enough time has gone by. Why is it taking more time to go and make or achieve these crucial steps? So let's see. We have Three of Swords, Libra. Three of Swords is Libra energy. We have 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands, bottom of the deck energy here. We have another Three of Pentacles, which of course Three of Pentacles is also bottom of the deck energy there. So we have 3 of Pentacle energy, 2 of Pentacle energy, not 2 of Pentacles. We have 3 of Pentacle energy. Okay, we have collaboration, socialization, getting together. That's a compounded energy. We have planning and positioning as a prevalent energy. And then we have partnerships, definitely your life partner, life partners. And when I don't mean that necessarily as, multiple adult polyamorous type of life partners, but I mean the people who are in your household, right? They could be your love. They could be your family, your kids, your parents, your siblings, your friends that are like family. That's what I mean by life partners. People who are in your life and they live life with you. You grow together and you build together. That's what I mean by life partners, as in plural. Let's find out more. So I did look at these cards. I want to make sure they are shuffled. I have a Queen of Cups and a Knight of Wands. So 3 of Swords and 4 of Swords are Libra energy in the minor arcana. My Valentine's message for you, Libra. Timing is something you should try and walk away from a little bit, Libra. Because there's some sort of lesson, Libra, that you're in the midst of. Could be too, Libra, those precise life partners that you will be depending on, caring for, and loving, Libra, your soul tribe. It could be, Libra, that they are also in this energy of, I don't want to quite say hassle, but it's like there are necessary things, Libra, to go and understand. Certain things, Libra, that are necessary for you to understand that although you dealt with it, although you experienced it, that you would never, ever touch again, or anything, Libra, that could remind you of certain things that would be patterns. You can recognize the signs, Libra, and move accordingly out there. There's some harsh lessons, some strong lessons, Libra, that I feel you and also too your Valentine's message. Your Valentine's energy, the energy of people who love you. And there has been some baptizing by the fire here. And precisely by put in some very difficult situations to grow into that much of a stronger person, and also too to go and see a vision that one would have not been able to go and see or to plan for unless whatever this difficulty was that was digested and learned happened. Libra, I'm going to say for your Valentine's message, you are in a different phase. Whatever has happened, you appropriately, Libra, have learned from that. And you have leveled up from that appropriately. I do feel, Libra, as I said, I do feel you are on that new phase. And you can go into any direction you want. That's my Valentine's message for you, Libra. Queen of Swords is Libra energy over here. Libra, don't be fixed to something that you have been working on and building on if that's not where you want to go. Because ultimately what I have here, the gift for you, Libra, is that you are in the planning stage. Anything and everything is open and accessible to you. This is a number 10 year, but you've already closed out some intense phases, Libra. And right now, Libra, you have already crossed over to the threshold of new. Now you're in the threshold, Libra, of building. You can build in any direction, Libra. You can build with anyone. You can create anything. Doesn't necessarily have to be something, Libra, that you wanted before. It can be entirely new, or you can go and focus on that which you wanted before. You've made some significant strides, Libra, and you've gained very valuable things. Now's the time, Libra, for you to start utilizing the growth you've earned. Happy Valentine's Day, Andrea. Thank you. Or Andrea. Yeah, Andrea, right? And thank you for the likes. Libra, I didn't really read signs here too, but as I said, it's the overall message. Let's see what else we have here. Anyway, Libra, very beautiful things. As beautiful as you can imagine them. Only limited, Libra, by your imagination. As I said, you passed the threshold of the new start. You're right at the threshold of building. All right. I actually think I'm going to get some water before I go on to the next air sign. We have Gemini and Aquarius, and then after that, we have Earth and Fire. But I'm going to get some water. I'll be back in maybe about 2 minutes. Okay, sounds good. I haven't done Aries yet. I've done water on this reading. I've done all the water signs and Libra, but the fire and Earth will be done after air. Alrighty. So we did Libra, we did water, and we have remaining in air. We're going to do Gemini and Aquarius. For the collective here, that's going to be Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And obviously you don't have to go and pay attention to like all four of those placements, right? Think about how you feel. Think about how your chart is aspected and go from there. But I would encourage you to think about your Venus sign in addition to another sign. Sun sign and Venus sign, at the very least. All right. So let's do Gemini. Should I do Aquarius? Well, we'll do Aquarius after we do Gemini. So there'll be a Gemini sun, a Gemini moon, a Gemini rising, a Gemini Venus. Let's see. My cat is meowing nonstop, so maybe I should see what he's meowing about. 1 second. All right. I have my trusty water bottle in case he meows. So Gemini collective, excuse me, a Valentine's message for you. For Gemini, 10 of Wands with a 2 of Pentacles. Very tactile energy here, Gemini. I'd be there. Am I talking about Gemini? 2 of Pentacles. We have some Capricorn energy here. We have some Sagittarius energy here. Very strong tactile energy, though, seriously. It's like in this energy, Gemini, I don't know if this is you, if this is maybe the people around you. Hard to let go of. That's what my cat says in the background. As she goes, meow, meow. Gemini, 10 of Wands also gets a Queen of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. Very tactile energy also too. Gemini. An issue, a question of effort. Also, too, a question of the quality of effort is how aligned, Gemini, are the people that are close to you. What exactly are you working for? Or why exactly are you working for what you are working for? Quiet, just go to sleep. Anyway, we have a question here, Gemini, of there's alignment on certain things, immediate things, maybe the important things, Gemini, or the surface things, but the motivations, Gemini, for what actually is important? Why are things important? What is important to honor? What are important that makes doesn't necessarily take care of your physical needs, Gemini, but your emotional needs? Those things are exactly what's a little different. That wouldn't be a reading unless I had lots and lots of cat meows in the background. And I have lots of cat meows in the background. Brought her up here, maybe it'll be quieter. I guess that's my deck over here. Okay, so Gemini, that's the basic energy that I have here. It's also, too, Gemini, your Valentine's message. To really understand the core of what motivates people. They don't have to be motivated, Gemini, by the same things that motivate you. But I think there does have to be an understanding, a correlation, a respect, something along that levels, Gemini, for your partnerships, for your love, for the people who you care about and who you allow to care for you. There has to be an understanding of what motivates people, what's important for them, and also, too, a mutual respect of their motivations as well as yours. I think that's important here, Gemini, is not necessarily to have great alignment on just certain things, Gemini, but really alignment on understanding what's important and why. Because, too, Gemini with a strong physical, tactile energy, it's very easy to be satisfied with your immediate or certain types of needs being met. But just because certain needs are being met at the expense of others, while it can continue on for a certain amount of time, doesn't mean necessarily that it becomes less important or even lukewarm healthy. Let's find out more. I have the Chariot and the Devil. Ace of Swords. Gee, Gemini. This is fast energy. It's like knowing what you know, and if you meet the right person, the right circumstances, the right conditions, 10s coming up here. Everything else doesn't necessarily have to logically make sense. First of all, let me say that, Gemini, when it happens, Gemini, it's going to happen. All that sort of alignment energy that we were talking about a moment ago is a little the friction isn't there, Gemini, when you meet the one. The friction actually goes away and turns into something quite fast. Gee. Overnight, in the blink of an eye, Gemini. So first of all, let me say with your Valentine's message, you, or let's say your partners, shouldn't be ones, Gemini, that cause or give friction in alignment. Really, misalignment, or, as you're trying to, to adjust yourself to each other, right? To make those concessions. Really what I'm getting here, Gemini, is, okay, I don't know what that other energy is. But in this energy, Gemini, when it happens, when you meet the one, no question at all, Gemini. No question at all, and very fast energy. Gemini, you could be starving in the desert for years, Gemini, and then you meet this person and it's like you never ever were thirsty. You'll be just swimming in water. Not my call to read it. But yeah, very fast energy. Gee. Okay. Okay, Gemini. Then we had that Ace of Swords energy. We definitely have a night of compounded energies here. Ace of Swords is very strong here, Gemini, with the bottom of the deck energy. Also, two Devils are very strong here. Gemini, if you are thinking too hard on anyone, if anyone is making you go through, oh, Gemini, I don't even want to say friction, any sort of questioning or discomfort, even slightly, Gemini, I don't really think they're for you, Gemini. Your Valentine's message is someone who you know without a doubt. There's no working of alignment you need to go and have there. This is someone literally, you may say, I don't believe in love at first sight. I don't believe in whatever other similar concepts to love at first sight. But I have energy here, Gemini, that's going to make you a believer. And more than make you a believer, Gemini, you, in an instant, your whole reality and the people who are in it, Gemini, changes. Because you'll know without a doubt that is the person for you. Gemini, I still say the caveat here is to just know what's important to that person, again, and what motivates them. Why do they act the way they do? Make sure it's an alignment that you can respect. If not necessarily, that would be your own inclinations of motivation. You know, make sure you can respect it. Make sure they can respect yours. But something is too hard, too complicated, Gemini is not for you. Because what I have here is no question. Like the sky could be turning purple in your eyes, Gemini, and you'll be there going, the sky is purple. And even if you're the only one, or you two are the only ones who see the sky as purple, it's only because the others can't see it. I don't know. This is just you knowing without a doubt. And it's valid, Gemini. Valentine's message for you. When you know, Gemini, you know. And everything moves smoothly. Everything moves fast. Things just work. Click. In almost an uncanny type of way. Hello. How are you, Ben? So we'll do fire after we do air. We did Gemini, we did water, we did Libra, we did Gemini, and now we're on Aquarius. But after we do that, we can switch to fire. Oh, that's good. Well, Happy New Year. Let's go and see Gemini. Yes. And thank you, everyone, for the likes. All right, so Aquarius. We are in Aquarius season. The collectives that we're reading for are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I have a small number of friends who have Aquarius Venuses. Let's go and see. A Valentine's message for Aquarius. 10 of Wands wanted to come out in justice. Is it hard to do the right thing, Aquarius, or things have to be the right way? Does it matter the effort as long as it's the right way? Six of Swords is Aquarian energy. King of Swords. I definitely have here effort, deserved effort, time, necessity to build out the right thing, not necessarily shortcuts. Shortcuts here aren't even part of the equation here, Aquarius. Also, too, growth, maturation, understanding through process, through empathy. Aquarius is implied here with Six of Swords and 10 of Wands. Very long, well, duration of time energy. As I said, there is maturity in this energy. There's understanding that you can only gain, Aquarius, by experience. And that there are necessary things. Let's find out a bit more. Thank you. Yes, this is a Valentine's celebration, a message of love. In general, we're seeing how these messages of love express to the group. Okay, so we have, I hear you. I hear you. Quiet. I hear you. What, you want to go up here? Come on. Come on. Oh, come over here. Oh, go up here and be quiet. Go in the corner. You can go in that corner too. Just go in some corner. Okay. Sit. All right. When he starts to scream, I either have to lock him up or put him in front of my face. Okay, so Aquarius. No, you're going to sit and be quiet. All right, so we have a 10 of Wands and Justice over there. Let's see what else we have here, Aquarius. I have an Ace of Pentacles. I wasn't actually going to pull this, but I ended up doing that anyway. A 6 of Cups. So, first of all, Aquarius, let me see, how can I get this? Good enough. So, first of all, Aquarius, in this energy, you really have acquired some useful skills, some useful experience, some useful knowledge. Aquarius, the whole process that you've been through has been necessary for what's about to unfold to you now, what is unfolding to you now, what you are developing. Just as with Ace of Pentacles is rather deliberate energy. Nothing about fortune here in this energy, Aquarius. It's all about, well, nurturing. Trying to put the right environment, be the right person, search for the right, all the right ingredients, Aquarius, has been very meticulously and steadfastly gathered and applied for success. It's like having a recipe for success, Aquarius, achieving it and building it out. Aquarius with the Six of Cups energy here, it could just be a move to having relationships, having a lifestyle, Aquarius, that has more tenderness in it, more love and support for others, especially with that 10 of Wands and 6 of Swords energy that's there. I mean, it's very, it's isolated energy to a point. It's like after being in a cold environment, in a rough environment, really seeing the beauty in softness, in support, in shielding, in protecting, in the kind word, in a smile, right? Things don't necessarily have to be on a grandiose level to build up into something that is worthwhile, right? The small things can lead to an environment that has to a wonderful environment, right? The details lead up to the whole. See how quiet he is. Anyway, I have a Queen of Cups, Aquarius, with a 7 of Wands. 5 of Swords is Aquarian energy. I have a King of Cups and Death. Are you ready for a change, Aquarius? 7 of Swords is also Aquarian energy. Change that you have been thinking and plotting about, perhaps some bold movements. 7s definitely imply here, Aquarius, your own perceptions, your own priorities, your own way of operating has changed, has evolved. Precisely for this moment. So, Aquarius, in your energy, your Valentine's message, I have someone here, Aquarius, who has the courage to extend themselves for others. Aquarius, I do have soulmate energy here with King and Queen of Cups. Besides the fact that we're talking about emotional investment and emotional support, Aquarius, I feel like there's someone here or a partnership here, Aquarius, where softness really becomes a big part of the love language that hasn't been expressed in a way like that before, that you've felt before, or that you've been able to build with another before. Anyway, this is the energy literally of Aquarius. Have you ever looked on YouTube where they have you found a baby orphan mouse and how do you care for it, or a baby orphan bird? And have you seen the way some people say, like, you feed them with a little tiny paintbrush, and the creatures are so little, and our hands are so big and clunky. And then you see these people, check it out, Aquarius, on YouTube. You see these people taking care of the tiniest little infants with the gentlest of touches. And Aquarius, that's the energy that I have here. Someone who understands just how nurturing and important and supportive the small touches are of care. This is a language, Aquarius, a behavior, Aquarius, that's been learned precisely because so much of that softness is something that was not available, perhaps in the quantity that you will have it available to you soon. Aquarius, that's your Valentine's message. I see the growth of individuals striving to become Aquarius precisely who they want, building out who they are going to be. And they've achieved it, Aquarius. I see for you love that's supportive, gentle, and kind. I see lots of kindness here, Aquarius. Lots of understanding. Also, too, I'll say, too, with Death and King of Cups, and also this Ten of Swords energy, the direction, or the one Aquarius who offers you this could be precisely, Aquarius, the one who catches you by surprise. You may not anticipate this. You've been building up for it, but the person that offers it, Aquarius, that could be a surprise to you, even despite the fact we have some indicators, as I said before, process and time. Anyway, very interesting energy. Let's go on to fire. We'll go on to Aries. I think I got more, folding up more cards than I need to in here. But anyway. Let's go and see Aries. I did everybody, right? All the air signs. I did water, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Now we're on fire, and then we'll go off to Earth. Thank you for the like. I think I read a little bit in here. I did. I'll fold those back. All right. Aries. Let that sound out. Let's see Aries. A Valentine's message. Three of Wands and Eight of Swords. A couple things in this energy, Aries. First of all, Aries, I don't know if you are focused too much on what's happening nearby you, or focused too much on stuff that's at a distance or in the future. Because equal amount, Aries, of stuff is happening right around you, as well as all the distance, but yet still concerns you. It's like in this energy, Aries, an awareness of more, an awareness of everything. Maybe too in this energy, Aries, you could be thinking just in general with your cadence, this is what's important to me, this is what I need to pay attention to, this is what I need to do. And in doing so, Aries, there could be other factors that you're just sort of overlooking. So first off, let me say, Aries, your whole environment, everything that's under your purview, Aries, is important. Both the things that are in the forefront and the things that are in the background, Aries. Both your immediate plans to do right now, Aries, what you need to do now, and what you need to do, or what you'd like to do coming up, Aries. Of course, Three of Wands is Aries energy. Aries, what I get here, first of all, in this energy, first of all, you have your eye on something, Aries, or what you have your eye on is not the only opportunity that's there. I'm not saying that you're closing off your options, Aries, by only focusing on one thing. And I'm talking about generally in your environment. It doesn't necessarily have to be love, right? This is a Valentine's message for love in general for your life. And that's the overall environment here, Aries, is that have a wider scope of vision. Pay attention to both the big details and the small details. There's a lot going on, Aries, and you can utilize a lot. So there's no need to only focus on just a narrow area or a narrow portion. I'm also going to say in this energy too, Aries, I almost want to say, I have the energy here of going off into the unknown, but I also feel, Aries, and you could think about it as it applies to you. Maybe there are some equal benefits, Aries, to working with that which you already know. Like if there's something here that you're thinking, I can move on or move away from it. Maybe, Aries, there is validation and still more to be gained. Just a thought in here as well. Because what I have here, as I said, we're talking about the 360 that you can harvest from. Just not the stuff that's close to you, just not the stuff that's far away from you, but everything. Pay attention to everything. Likewise, Aries, there are opportunities for you nearby or with what you're currently involved in, opportunities elsewhere. And Aries, you can make successes out of both. You're starting from the same building blocks, actually, from both. You're ready to make a jump, Aries. And when you make that jump, Aries, regardless if it's going to be in the pool that you know or a pool that you didn't anticipate, the possibilities are the same. I feel like in this Valentine's Day message coming up, first and foremost, Aries, you should not close anything off to you. You should not close off directions. You should not close off people, that you want to, right? Not based on what other people are trying to influence you, but what you want. I feel like too, Aries, you can allow yourself to be boxed in by circumstances and people. It's really about the energy, Aries, of where does your heart and your imagination lead you, and not really about the expectations that you have to live up to from those who love and care about you, as opposed to just those that you have connections with, whether that's friends and family. Chi Chi, he's being a bad boy, but he looks so cute. Come up here. The thing about my Siamese cats, they're so stubborn. They're so stubborn and they're so loud. Like my little cats, they're dreams. They're very easygoing. They know how I like things to be done. But these things, they're all about doing it on their terms. They're like little trolls. They tell you what to do. Very strong-willed. Get no sleep. Get up like every 2 hours because they go meow, meow. Anyway, let's see what else we have here. So that was just the first part of your reading, Aries. Let's see, can you see that? No, you can't see that. Even I can see that. My table isn't that big. Let's see. But I think I'm going to leave him up here because he is trolling me a bit too much. Okay, so yeah, Aries, as I was saying before, don't limit yourself. Don't cut yourself off. Give yourself the widest set to move around in. Let's see what else we have, Aries. It's like playing with these things. Actually, he likes to go and carry this around. I forgot about that. He likes to carry the tinctures around, and he likes to drink coffee. He loves coffee. If you have a coffee cup, he will, within seconds, he will find a way to stick his little nose in it and drink a lot of the coffee. Then he becomes even more hyperkey than he is normally. Anyway, Aries, I know I had what was it, the Knight of Swords? Page of Swords. Aries, I'm going to pull this again. And I have Hierophant and Page of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Well, first of all, Aries in this energy with the Moon, Eight of Swords, Three of Wands, Hierophant, Page of Pentacles, and a Ten of Swords. I'm not going to say you don't have to settle, but definitely, Aries, don't limit yourself. I will say as well, Aries, with the opportunities that are coming your way with Hierophant, Page of Pentacles, and Ace of Swords in terms of love, Aries, what approaches you carries a lot of weight or a lot of responsibility, not necessarily fleeting energy here, Aries. Asking you to choose carefully, Aries. What you get involved in, Aries, you are yoked to, Aries. So I think that's probably even more important why, Aries, to make sure that you don't limit the options of where you want to go. Don't allow yourself to be influenced necessarily by others, but first focus on a platform of what you love and how. Because in this energy, Aries, that which you partner with, Aries, you will be establishing a shared language, a shared set of values in which there are compromises, Aries. Quiet. And as I said, very, very firm energy here, Aries. Maybe even a bit of a free spirit, Aries. Maybe, Aries, in certain states of vacillation that you've experienced, and that vacillation could be in your thought and ideas. It could also be in your movement where you've lived or how you've lived. Right? It doesn't necessarily have to be something just purely on the mental plane or the physical plane. But I feel like, Aries, for your Valentines. I have someone here who kind of anchors you, grounds you, makes you stick to one spot, either in ideas or a location. Let's go and see. I have the World. I have King of Swords. I have an Eight of Swords again. Two of Swords and King of Cups. Okay. Aries, I see a lot of responsibility coming your way, or a lot of someone who has responsibility brings it onto you. I do get definitely someone who grounds you. They ground you with their love and then the lifestyle that you create. Aries, if you feel like you have a lot of space or changes, is that the right word to go and say? Fluctuations. Things aren't necessarily concrete. I feel like for you, in this Valentine's message I see people, Aries, coming to go and give you a foundation, tie you down to them, to ideas, to lifestyles, and introducing a different type of home than what you have experienced up to now. I would say definitely, Aries, make sure you don't close yourself off from where you want to go. Also, too, Aries, think about how you feel about having some freedom, some flexibility to move around. And make sure that if you like that freedom, that moving around, make sure you choose a partner who also has a similar type of openness to that. Don't choose someone so opposite you, because I feel that could get a little claustrophobic. Only because, Aries, with all this opportunity and space that you have to plan, to choose, to move around in, that makes it exciting for you, and that also feeds into your own life energy, how you vibrate, how you shine. Routine here, or at least some types of routine here, could not be the best for you, even if, Aries, the people who are offering it to you have the best intentions. There needs to be alignment. I almost feel like saying, Aries, there needs to be more than love. There needs to be common interest. But I'm sure you already know that. And I definitely have, Aries, love coming your way. But I have love coming your way, Aries, in this type of energy that could say, oh, I love you. And then you could be in the same area, Aries, for like 40 years. Or, Aries, you could be in a place that feels like after 2 years, you've been there 40 years. When maybe what you need to do, Aries, is just have the ability to still move around. Right? It could be as simple as that, but you get the idea of what I mean by that. Hello. Yes. So anyway, that's your Valentine's Day message for you, Aries. Be cautious about choosing someone who's too opposite to you. And when I say opposite, I mean maybe, Aries, this person has qualities that you really admire and you wish to cultivate in yourself. But Aries, make sure that you don't admire the qualities of another at the risk of diminishing your own qualities. There's a lot of freedom in your energy, Aries, a wide range in which to select from and choose from, Aries, and that is a gift. And make sure, Aries, that with the love you have, the love you nurture, Aries, make sure that they don't go and limit the range of expression and the range of movement that you have. Make sure that they grow it, that they share it. Just watch, as I said before, admiring someone who has talents and traits you'd like to cultivate, but make sure that you don't admire those traits and qualities that they have at the detriment to your own vibrancy, especially when it comes to things like, I don't know, the proper way of doing things or stability. As I said, think about the analogy, and it could be applied a variety of ways. Chi-Chi, come on. Chi-Chi, let me put you in the cubby. 1 second, my cat is trolling me. Chi-Chi, come on. Go in this cubby. Go on. Inside. Go on. You in there? All right. I have one little gremlin in his kennel. Hello, everybody. Thank you for the likes. Ah. Well, hello, everybody. Well, I think the main thing, I did a couple other Aries messages. I don't remember quite what they were. I think I did a Valentine's clue for you. And I did another Valentine's reading for, I think, the beginning of February. But yes, I don't remember what that one was as well. But in this energy, this is really about valuing that which makes you special. And while a lot of people can be appreciative of those traits that make you special, only a few people can really appreciate it and have it flourish. Because as I said, there's something about the movement that you can do. And when you think about it, to go and operate on the fly, to operate within movement, to create movement, is actually is a much harder thing to do than to go and ground oneself, to stay and build. I mean, both takes talent, but there's a gift to go and operate with change, with adaptability. And that's something that Aries has, a quickness there. An adaptability, an ability to cultivate from either obscure things that one wouldn't think could be utilized, or from nothing at all. Hello, Bomb. Let's go on to the next fire sign. Shall we do Leo? A Valentine's message. For Leo, we did water in the beginning. We followed up with air. We just started fire with Aries. Now we're going off to Leo. And that would be for the collectives. Could be your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Think about how they play in your chart and go from there. After we finish with fire, we'll go off to earth. So, Leo, a Valentine's message. For Leo, Ace of Pentacles with strength. Very Leo-like. Four of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Ace of Swords. Some strong Libra energy and Capricorn energy here. Leo. Leo, do you have any Libra energy in your chart? If you do, Leo, that could be where you have been changing your values. Things that were important before just don't have the same spark, or new things could be coming in. Definitely some changes there in what was important for those Libra spots, if you have Libra spots in your chart. And if you have Capricorn energy in your chart, Leo, that's where you're going to be gaining more weight, Leo. That's where you're going to be building upon, Leo. Could that be, Leo, where people see or people are inspired by you, Leo? People want to emulate you, Leo. Leo, people feel comfortable with you, Leo. I'd take a look if you did have Capricorn placements. See what they are and think about how people relate to you. We could be talking about someone with significant Leo and, Leo, someone with significant Capricorn and Libra energy as well. But if you have those energies within your own chart, Leo, I'd like you to think about that. Definitely the Libra energy, if you have it, Leo, that's where you're shifting. You've had to shift. You've realized some things, Leo. And your Capricorn energy, if you have it. That's why people come to you, Leo. That's what people want out of you, Leo. It's like a promise, Leo. They want. I have Tower. And I have Six of Pentacles. Okay, so starting out, Leo, I do feel like I have expectations here. Let's see what that is. Six of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Well, Leo, first of all, let me go and say that in this energy, there's a lot of richness that is perceived, a lot of ability that is perceived. But Leo, it's like either the gifts that you have, Leo, that are endearing you to others, or Leo, people who you have your eye on, or the Valentines in your energy, their gifts are recent. They're new. They're still unfolding, still forming. They're not quite in the infancy stages of the strength that you perceive, but they're definitely in like the toddler stage. They appear a certain way, but in reality, they haven't always projected or been in this energy for very long, Leo. They just got here, Leo. Just got here not too long ago. Not too long ago to being such a strong presence, such a strong force. The qualities that they radiate with, Leo, are new. They got a gift, Leo, a gift that they earned, Leo. Ooh, did they earn it, Leo? Seriously, Leo. They earned it. So here's someone, Leo, who projects themselves to be a lot stronger than they are right now. A lot more capable than they are right now. Not saying that's not how they're going to be, but they're finding their feet. They're gaining their sea legs into this new understanding, this new person, this new empathetic ideas of how they want to express themselves, Leo. This is about expression too. Energies coming up here. Well, we have Leo and Scorpio, in addition to that strong Capricorn energy and Libra energy that we had. So we already did water and we already did air, so you can go back. It's the second collective. We're on fire. We already did Aries. We're doing Leo, and then Earth will come after this. Thank you. Yes, I've been growing them. I just have one nail that broke. But the other ones for right now, they're hanging on. Let's see. We'll find out more. And of course, the collectives here are simple: Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So I have a 10 of Wands, Leo. 6 of Cups with a Hierophant. And 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles with 9 of Swords. Tower. Almost in the energy, Leo, someone who's bitten off a little bit more than they could chew. Is it because of confidence? They just feel overwhelmed a little bit, Leo. Nothing that they still can't go and adjust to. There is lots of pacing oneself. One could also say in this energy, Leo, that they need support just as much as they can provide support or as they offer support. Likewise, they need support themselves. Taurus energy is also coming in here, in addition to some strong Scorpio energy of Sagittarius. I have Virgo, I have Capricorn. I have some strong repeating coming up here with also 2 10 of Wands here, 10 of Wands over there. Okay, Scorpio. It's like Scorpio energy with the Tower coming up this strong. Leo. My Valentine's message for you. Now, this could be your energy. This could be someone around you, Leo. But Rule number 1, I think go slow. There could be a tendency here, Leo, to throw everything in all at once. And, the feelings are there. The timing could be right. I mean, I see the timing has a tendency to move fast here, Leo, but I think it's possibly faster than it should be, faster than it needs to be for you, and perhaps for this person too, Leo. What I have here, Leo, is process. Leo, nothing is going to be escaping you, and you're not going to be missing out on anything if it doesn't happen on a certain timeline. Leo, the one, theoretically you have until unfortunately someone passes away, but theoretically you have your whole life with them, right? Take it slow. Set the expectations down to a daily cadence. Quiet. Shush. Quiet. That's my spray bottle. I have it here. Quiet. Anyway. Yeah, Leo, what I have here basically for your Valentine's message. Be careful what you take on, Leo. Be careful how fast you move, Leo. Sometimes in this energy, it's not commitment per se, but it definitely is expectations. Could be a bit much before you're ready or too soon. There's a little bit of neophyte energy here in addition to these tens. It's like trying to get a handle on things. There is all the energy here and dedication to building things out the right way. It's just that certain things may be not quite working out, and maybe some frustrations could set in. Sometimes whatever kind of stresses could come up, things not moving fast enough. So I think first of all here, Leo, pace yourself. That's the first thing. And you don't have to move that fast. Don't move fast. Take things slow. And I think understand that whatever, Leo, that someone who you feel tied to, Leo, or someone who you'll meet, Leo, who you'll want to go and be more with, Leo, in this energy. I mean, a very strong energy behind Hierophant with a Tower, Ace of Wands, Three of Cups. But in this energy, Leo, understand that something about this for this person is relatively new. And something about them, their energy, they get flustered. They need time to go and build things out. They need process. Moving fast would be a little bit of a detriment. They get overwhelmed, swallowed. So that's my Valentine's message for you, Leo. Pace yourself. And nothing significant is going anywhere. You don't need to rush anything. I feel like with the Tower energies here, Leo, with the Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Wands, things will be progressing in one way or another fast enough. So take the time to move slower as you can, when you can. Let's go on to Sagittarius. Everybody's quiet now, Sagittarius. You know, typically on my Leo readings, I find the cats act out the most. You go meow, meow, meow. Now they're all quiet. Let's, hello, Valentina. So let's go on to Sagittarius. Then after Sagittarius, we'll do Earth. We'll be all caught up. See, the aces are just coming up for you, aren't they, Sagittarius? They are. Let's see. All right. Hermit and King of Pentacles. First of all, Sagittarius, I have gratefulness. It's not easy, Sagittarius, to go and find people who really get you, or perhaps in this energy too, Sagittarius, who you really want to be with. People, likewise, Sagittarius, who will contribute and build and support you in what your interests are, or to go and find common interest together, Sagittarius, to go and explore and develop together. That energy is here. Interesting here with the Hermit, especially with the fact that Hermit is, I had to check for a second, we're still in Sagittarius, right? All this earth energy. But interesting with the Hermit here, Sagittarius, because, you know, the Hermit's like a bit of fire. A bit of fire and earth. The Hermit is there seeking purpose, seeking the best way to go and work and operate in the physical realm with physical concerns, location, money, circumstances. Also, too, physical effects, comfort, discomfort, restfulness, tiredness, all those sorts of things. That Hermit energy is trying to go and, do I say idealize, crystallize, achieve the perfect aspect of how to most comfortably live life, how to best live life. Sagittarius is what's in this energy. Lots of earth. And we're not just talking about here, you know, just purely the material things, Sagittarius. We're talking about the material things that are necessary for life to have meaning. And one could also say in this energy, Sagittarius, the alignment of people who are understanding Sagittarius. It's not so much about whatever sorts of things that are important to you, important to them, important to you as a collective, Sagittarius, to achieve. It's really important because, you know, these are the elements that allow you to live life as life should be lived. One could almost say in this energy, Sagittarius, this is meeting, being with someone, Sagittarius, in which both of you have the same idea of how you want to build out life. And although maybe not exactly that well heeled to start with, the collaboration of you both, almost like power couple type of vibes in here, Sagittarius. Definitely there's support of each other's public faces, public goals, careers, whether this is actually working together or just providing advice, very good support. But I would also say in this energy for your partner, for your Valentine's, Sagittarius, there's elements of that in here. Here's definitely Sagittarius, mutual energy to support each other, growing into your best. I'd also say in that other energy behind the deck, Sagittarius, one can see how far you get on the strength of one as opposed to the power of two. So Nine of Swords is a little bit of a prevalent energy, isn't it? Coming in here. And nines. Solitary energy. Waiting for such a person, such a partner to appear, Sagittarius. The vision of life that you'd like to build out, Sagittarius, to go and find someone else who also has such a similar hope of life. I didn't mean to take that, but I guess I just did. Two of Wands. This is also in this energy, Sagittarius, realizing that where you have been looking, perhaps what you have been dealing with, is enough. And now it's time to go and expand your gaze, expand your circle, Sagittarius, to the new. Three of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune, another 3 coming up. So 3s could be relevant. 9s could be relevant. They could be life path numbers, destiny numbers. Maybe you can just see that coming up. 9s are overall solitary energies. 3s are social energies as well, so that's interesting. We're talking about someone who has strong introspection, strong perception, also too lots of strength with 9s. With 3s, we're talking about someone, a very social individual. Not quite a dichotomy here with 9s and 3s. You could see how one feeds into the other, but not exactly similar energies as well. In fact, one could say that 9s and 3s are energies that one could ebb and flow from, being an extrovert to an introvert. Anyway, you can think about that kind of energy here too, Sagittarius. But I would keep my eye on 9s and 3s for love. And I have Hangman, which is a 12. If we were to break that down, Sagittarius is another vibration of 3. Also, too, in this vibration of 3, there's lots of similarities, Sagittarius, between the Hermit and the Hangman. You know, here are people, Sagittarius, or energy, Sagittarius, in which you are consciously removing yourself from the collective, from the crowd, and you are having a value, you are having introspection, you are having ideas and thoughts and explorations that are not typical to what's going on around you. You are moving in a different orbit, vibrating in a different orbit. Independent energy despite being a 3. And we have a Page of Wands. So Sagittarius, very interesting energy. First of all, Sagittarius, I feel like saying with your Valentine's message, it feels like Sagittarius, there's a lot of opportunity around you, a lot of people that are clamoring for your attention or will be clamoring for your attention, and they're just not either what you want right now or what you want now, or not what you want at all. I mean, there could be something about here, a shift in what was acceptable or enjoyable to you, but due to some passage of time, due to some insight of personality, motivation, what have you, you can now see things more clearer, Sagittarius. And because of that, Sagittarius, you have to move differently. The things that you loved, Sagittarius, it feels like in this energy, they were the old you that loved them. And the new you, Sagittarius, is building out a new language. And with that new language, we'll leave it like that, kind of open with a new love language. But Sagittarius, I definitely have a shift. The old you and what you valued in the old you, what kind of relationship dynamics you valued in the old you, definitely will be undergoing a change if that hasn't happened already. It's just another direction, Sagittarius, a more vibrant direction that you yourself have realized you will be taken out of your regular cadence, Sagittarius, if you haven't already, to realize. And that sidestep, Sagittarius, that pause, Sagittarius, that extra scrutinization, Sagittarius, that you really you really see what's around you as opposed to just looking and gazing. You turn it into an active examination. And with that, Sagittarius, a new direction, new opportunities are coming up. Sagittarius, my Valentine's message. I feel like that which has already endeared itself to you, already had worked its way into your heart space, Sagittarius, that is very firmly in your energy. But just because it's firmly in your energy externally, Sagittarius, I feel like you've grown past that. You've grown past that a while ago. So if you wanted to turn back, Sagittarius, very easily you could very easily touch base with whatever you developed before. But also, too, Sagittarius, what I have here, you're so much more a stronger individual now than you were before. And that the opportunity, Sagittarius, that soon will be presented to you will reflect that. Sagittarius, time in this energy is your friend. There are newness in your energy, Sagittarius, that's going to approach, I don't quite want to say the word enlightened Sagittarius, but definitely a grown Sagittarius. Anyway, Sagittarius, you're like a little Pokemon that you've evolved from, I don't know, a little Bulbasaur to whatever, Bulbasaur gets bigger as. Sagittarius, there's a lot awaiting you. in the future. And Sagittarius, a step back in your own energy is one that aligns you, Sagittarius, to a much brighter vibration when you do start creating connections of friendship again and love. Now we're on Earth. I'm going to get some, I don't need more water. Now let's go on to Earth. Shall we do Taurus? If anyone is interested in sound healing, tinctures call these. Some cleanse, like for instance, a singing bowl would cleanse. But tinctures call. It's an invitation. So, Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Taurus rising. See Taurus. A Valentine's message for Taurus. 8 of Swords with High Priestess. I did shuffle. 6 of Pentacles is Taurus energy. Yeah, some Leo and some Scorpio energy here. Taurus with some Pisces. Gemini. Motivations, Taurus. Your motivations, other people's motivations, other people's sense of timing, your timing, what they want from you. And how to react to that expectation, that want. Expectation and want, Taurus. What this is also asking you to do, Taurus, in High Priestess and 8 of Swords. Well, trust. Trust in what's been revealed to you, Taurus. What people say, what you've heard, what you've learned, what you see. Do you trust, Taurus, in what people have revealed to you? Also trust, Taurus. Well, trust your inclinations. Just checking this one more time. There's like lots of movement and stillness here. Not necessarily going along with the movement, Taurus, but being observant of the movement, Taurus. Everything that's revealed to you, Taurus, is a gift for you to have greater discernment. One could even say in this energy, Taurus, maybe even greater control. We'll see. 8 of Swords also gets a 6 of Cups. 4 of Pentacles. Taurus, we're talking about familiar faces, familiar patterns. Maybe even too, Taurus, the hauntings of previous people, Taurus. I still have a kind of weight with you now. Find out more. Let's see. I have a devil. Princess of Swords with a 9 of Pentacles. Such confident energy here, Taurus. Despite being framed by a 8 of Swords and a 6 of Cups. Some intense energy. Taurus. You know, a portion of this energy, Taurus, is very sedentary. Like about 25% of this is stationary. And 75% of it is wild, Taurus. Really wild. Taurus. I'm not going to curse, but this is almost like someone who doesn't care two fleas what other people expect of them or what they do, as long as it's what they want and what they're interested in. This is very wild energy, very confident energy. Here's someone, Taurus, that if they stomped on a field of flowers, Taurus, to get to where they want, it would be a great thing. Just because, it's like, this is the direction I'm going in. I'm going in it now. I'm going this path. No matter what is involved in me getting there, it's all good. It's all worth it. The faster I can get there, the more impact I can make, all that is good. It's a lot of force here, and someone who's very determined to achieve what they want. They know instinctively what they want is good too. They're invigorated by the idea of achieving their goals. It's wild energy, it's strong energy, it's determined energy, energy that could mow you down, which is ironic coming out of a 8 of Swords and a 6 of Cups. Taurus, have you been restraining yourself? Maybe you felt restrained, Taurus, by physical things. Maybe, Taurus, you have been restraining yourself, not just because of current circumstances, but also too, Taurus, what you have seen before, what you have learned before, who you have dealt with before. Is there any sort of hesitation like that, Taurus, or any sort of scenarios, Taurus, that you could be replaying? Not even necessarily, Taurus, your own, like let's say your own adult chapters. This could also be even to Taurus, some overlap from maybe what you've seen as a child, Taurus, maybe even stories that you heard from older relatives, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be, or what you've seen, let's say, from others. Maybe, Taurus, you go out into the community And, you see things, maybe your friends have shared things. Anyway, Taurus, there's a tightness here, and there is an awareness and understanding of the different types of pendulums, the different shades that people can swing in, the high vibrations and the low vibrations. And Taurus, ultimately what I have here, as you are aware of the high and the low vibrations that people can swing into, and trying to navigate, correctly navigate how to move in that, Taurus. Hello. We did water. So water is at the very beginning. Then we did air. And then we did fire. And now we're just starting. I believe the signs were read. Actually, now I forget if it was Pisces or Cancer that started off the first reading. But I believe it could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Now I have to think. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And I think now we're on Taurus. And then we'll go on to the other two earth signs. Thank you, Michael. And thank you for the likes. So, yes, those are the elements that are there. Collectives are Sun. Well, you can think about the typical three signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, but also here we have Venus. So I encourage you, consider your Venus sign too. If you feel it, right? That's what a collective reading is as well. So, Taurus. What I'm getting here is almost like a time, Taurus, for you to have a rebirth, Taurus. Go and look at the world, Taurus, completely new. Interact with the world, Taurus, in a way that you haven't before. Think about, Taurus, how you can acquaint yourself with living in a different way, in a new way. Definitely in a bolder way, but I feel that's going to come naturally for you, Taurus. Taurus, whatever it is that you've learned, whatever it is that you've understood, whatever lessons that have been shown to you, I think you've gotten the lesson of them enough, Taurus. And now, Taurus, it's a time for you to go out without any hesitation, Taurus. Taurus, my Valentine's message for you. It's time for you, Taurus, to start mowing down flowers, Taurus. Time for you, Taurus, to go out there and tap into what gives you exuberance, Taurus. I feel likewise, Taurus, you're going to meet people who will be in similar energy, not necessarily mowing down flowers, but exuberant. Very determined energy, Taurus. I feel like, Taurus, start acquainting yourself, start moving around in the world with fresh eyes, unjaded expectations, Taurus. I know it's hard sometimes, Taurus, to move past lessons that we've been shown and that we've learned. But it's enough, Taurus, that you're aware of them. And now, Taurus, with being aware of that, it's time for new inventions, new ways of operating, also to a firmer sense and direction of self. Taurus, what I have here also too in love for you is really a dynamic person would be an understatement. I feel like Taurus, for your partner, here's someone who very easily could swallow you up in their own exuberance, their own plans, Taurus, as long as, Taurus, you break out of keeping the ghost, Taurus, of lessons, of cautions you've learned. Cautions you've seen, cautions you've observed is enough to know them, Taurus. You don't have to necessarily pin them to your clothes as you go out and about the cautions. Because, too, in this energy, I feel you in your strength is an equal amount of life to greet this person, but also too, Taurus, if you allow yourself to be beholden to caution that is already past, or cautionary lessons that have already passed, I mean, not to forget about it, but don't allow yourself to be colored by it. That way you can match this person's exuberance and do I call it direction, zest? I don't know, very strong energy here. You could just basically match their strength as a pair. You don't want to be overwhelmed, which you could be very easily, Taurus, but I feel the natural inclination here, Taurus. Just rebirth yourself into the world, Taurus, is a lot of exuberance and pushing towards things how you want it in your way. Taurus is all about getting what you want and enjoying it. Taurus, you've been moving around in small steps enough. Now's the time, Taurus, to take bigger steps and start slamming your feet into the ground as you walk. Let's go and see. Right now we are in Taurus. We just finished Taurus. We're in, see, either Capricorn or Virgo. I guess let's do Capricorn. But yes, the signs that were already done, water. When I finish the readings, I'll go and write them out in the chat and then in the title. But first we did water, and then we did fire. No, now I forget. We did water, we did air, we did fire, and now we're on earth. And the two remaining signs are Virgo and Capricorn. In the order that the signs are being read in, well, basically, the cards that I pull, they lead the order at the beginning of the readings. And then we just follow by collective. Otherwise, if I skipped around on signs, I could never recall what was done and what wasn't done. You know, I get the messages, but I don't hold on to them. So that's why it's hard for me to recollect sometimes the order in which it was done. Precisely. Like right now, I believe I started off with Pisces. But did I do Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or did I do Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer? Not sure. But I know I did all three. And I'm not going to repeat those water signs again by forgetting. It's already been almost 3 hours, right? So, we're going to do Capricorn. A Valentine's message for Capricorn. And if anybody wants to write that out for me, and the order, just in case anyone else reads it, that would be appreciated. I believe I did Pisces. Could have been Cancer, Scorpio, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Taurus. Let's see. So a Valentine's message for Capricorn. Ace of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. Six of Swords, which is Aquarian energy, and we are in Aquarius season. Temperance, Six of Cups, and Scorpio energy. Sixes could be relevant for you, Capricorn. Sixes are also, well, they're part of the numbers of union, Capricorn. They're part of the numbers of sharing, Capricorn. Six of Cups and Six of Swords in this energy, Capricorn, talks about, well, how much, Capricorn, with your connections, what do you feed back into? How much do you go and also ask for your own independent space? How much too are you familiar with the known, Capricorn, as opposed to discovering the new? There's a couple of balances here that we're doing. Let's say probably the overall one, Capricorn, is that which is known and that which is yet to be known. And then we have an Ace of Pentacles. So we have the World, Capricorn. New beginning, new phase, Capricorn. Some more Aquarian energy, Capricorn. Well, a lot of Capricorns do have Aquarius placements, right? That's not unfamiliar to have. You could be dealing with an Aquarius in this energy, Capricorn. Well, we are in Aquarius season. You could have Aquarius placements yourself. Ouch. Four of Swords, Empress. No, this is like maximizing. Well, here was balance between the known and the unknown. And here, maximizing, utilizing your gifts. Also, too, being recognized for gifts. A little bit of predator energy there, isn't that, Capricorn? Okay, first of all, Capricorn, I want to say for Valentine's message, things can move a lot faster than expected, Capricorn. A lot different than expected, too. Capricorn, well, aces in the world both connotate, well, cycles, new cycles, the completion of cycles, new cycles. We're talking about timing. And Capricorn, I feel like in the timing of love, you've kind of already closed out a session, and Capricorn about to go and embark upon something entirely new, a new phase of you. But I do feel in this energy, how it plays out and what it is going to be not quite what you expected. I do think it's going to be a pleasant surprise, Capricorn. I do think in this energy, Capricorn, you can only plan for certain things so much. When we all direct and drive our futures, Capricorn, but then there's also the larger elements that are also shaping our tomorrows, right? The weather, politics, the economy, right? Things like that. Things that, I mean, foundation, right? We could have everything that's fine, and then a portion of the roof could fall down, right? Or be built up. We can have a new extension of a house built up. Anyway, Capricorn, this is also in your energy. What you have built is coming up. I feel like how it's going to express itself. There are some surprises there. Funny. Yes, I saw a devil in there, which was Capricorn energy, is Capricorn energy. Let's see what else we have here. I'm going to fold these back since I read them. All right. Ace of Pentacles and the World. Two of Swords. And that devil. Nine of Swords. Sensitive energy here, Capricorn. I'm going to wait to pull out the other ones. But Queen of Wands goes plop. Let's see what else we have here. I have a Knight of Cups. I have a Six of Cups, and I have King of Cups. Okay, Capricorn. Well, we are reading for the collective, so there are a few messages that come in. Could focus on the primary one. A side reading here, Capricorn. And I almost hesitate to say it, Capricorn. It's not the primary message, but there is a little energy here, Capricorn. Well, about being determined for a certain outcome, even though it didn't work out, still really wanting to reconnect. Capricorn, in this energy, I definitely have people who you dealt with, a person who you dealt with, Capricorn, who still feels very emotional about you. I'm not laughing like ha ha, but that's a whole lot of love, expectation that they haven't moved on from, determined to have, frustrated they can't have. They had an idea, an expectation, didn't happen, still want it to happen. That's in the energy. In the more prevalent energy I have for you, Capricorn. Actually, the same message still. Capricorn, I definitely have somebody or some people, Capricorn, that who you dealt with, Capricorn. They really enjoyed their time with you, really enjoyed the relationship they had with you, really enjoyed how they felt loved by you, Capricorn, really enjoyed how they loved you, Capricorn. Really did. The moments are beautiful moments that they had, Capricorn, but that was something that happened for some of you in this energy. And so I'm just only throwing that out there, Capricorn, because I feel like very easily you could go and reconnect to something in the past, someone in the past. Energy's coming up here. I have water. I read my King of Cups as Pisces. We have some Scorpio energy. I have some Libra, Gemini energy, but strong Capricorn most of all. With Scorpio is also too, the ideas of love that have been developed, Capricorn, to go and continue developing or expanding those ideas of love, those circumstances of love, those people of love, the types that foster or give rise to love, to attraction. And Capricorn, I feel like in this energy, definitely be careful necessarily to fall into what could be easy if you're not necessarily reconnecting with someone who you knew. Capricorn, maybe with some ideas or traits or qualities that you admire, that you're attracted to and feel drawn to, precisely because of past expansions of your heart chakra, let's say Capricorn. But I also feel in this energy, Capricorn, while there has been, right, like a certain type of attraction or a certain type of love that you'd like to go and realize, that you're waiting to go and realize, waiting to go and build out, Capricorn, I feel like in this energy, your Valentine's message is that the love that's coming your way really feels like a new source, Capricorn, and it feels like it's going to be something, Capricorn, from someone, Capricorn, that you haven't expected. Yes. I feel like, Capricorn, the Valentine's message for you is that sort of love that you have in your head right now, and the type of person who you'd like to meet right now. I'm not saying you're not going to necessarily meet somebody with the characteristics that you are attracted to, but I just feel like it's going to be different than what you have been anticipating, different than what you like. Circumstances definitely are going to be different of how it materializes. Capricorn, you could very easily fall back with your old cohorts or old connections, but that's not where your path lies, Capricorn. You're in a new phase, Capricorn. All this has been outgrown, Capricorn. And discovery, Capricorn, of that which you can't yet define is awaiting you. That's what I have for Capricorn. Now for Virgo. That would be a Virgo sun, moon, rising, Venus. So Virgo. Do I have some other cards that I went through here? I don't know. Let's pull them all back. Okay. So Virgo. Virgo, I have 5 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. Defensive, kind of. Only can get so far, so close. One could almost say maybe protecting what one's built. You could also say in this energy, Virgo, protecting what one's built. And that's been able to get here precisely by innovation, not adhering to a routine, seizing opportunities when they come about, adding to the stash. Anyway, these energies are around Virgo regarding love. Could be someone coming to you, Virgo. Could be mirrors of your own energy as well. We have some Capricorn and Aquarius energy coming out here. Let's see, Virgo. Knight of Wands and the Fool. Okay, so first of all, Virgo, in this energy I have daring. Is this you in this energy, Virgo, of being daring? Someone coming towards you? Well, you know, Virgo, there is always an energy play when you meet people, when you interact with people. And that energy play could be one of alignment, in which both of you go about the same sort of cadence and circles. You know, you vibrate the same way. Sometimes you can meet someone and you'll vibrate a different way, right? But this definitely is a daring energy. Someone who's willing to go and try out new things. Virgo, one could almost say too, in Four of Pentacles and Four of Pentacles and King of Pentacles, that here's someone who has the confidence in themselves, Virgo, to explore, to be different, to break outside of their comfort zone, to put themselves out in a way that they haven't before. That energy could definitely be here with Five of Swords, Virgo. And Four of Pentacles. This person's definitely extending themselves in ways that they didn't before. Definitely thinking of things they didn't think before. Doing things they didn't do before. Anyway, I'm not going to get too much into that because, you know. But very strong Aquarian energy here, Virgo. Very strong energy towards the new. So, let's see what else we have. Six of Wands. Two of Swords. Another Knight. Interested in innovation, Virgo, but as long as it openly, and maybe a little too obviously, we could say too, with this Pentacle energy of whatever that is, a Knight of Pentacles and a Six of Pentacles. You know, something has to be aligned. You know, there's innovation of thought and ideas, doing things that haven't been done before, but it's not like the goals of what is being attempted to be achieved are new things. Right? There's a very clear idea of what this person deems as good, and they're willing to go and take risk, move in atypical manners in order to achieve that. Here's someone who understands that they've only gone so far based on what they've done. Now's the time, Virgo, to move differently. I have the Lovers, and I have Temperance. Seven of Wands energy is a constant energy coming through. One could say a Virgo with a Five of Swords, Knight of Wands, clarify with the Lovers, Temperance, Six of Wands, and Two of Swords. Virgo, it's time to go all in. That's my Valentine's message for you, Virgo. No need to play coy, Virgo. Now's the time to be direct, Virgo. save a lot of time that way too, Virgo. See where things stand, Virgo. As you put out forward energy, Virgo, see how that energy is responding back to you, Virgo. The time for waiting is over, Virgo. The time to be direct, Virgo, is here. That's what I have for you, Virgo. Your Valentine's message could also be to Virgo. The person coming towards you is someone, it's not quite brash energy. It almost could be construed as that, but here is just someone who now is ready to go and put forth action, as opposed to waiting and seeing how certain things go. Someone who's going to move more actively. One could say, Virgo, too, in this energy, that's what I would recommend for you. And anyone, Virgo, Five of Swords with the Knight of Wands, here's someone who should be able to speak their mind, Virgo, even if it could be a little sharp, right? Maybe they don't quite have the right delivery or the right speech, but the intent should be clear. The honesty should be there, even if it's not necessarily delivered in the most smoothest manner. It's not clunky energy, but it definitely is sharp energy. But here's someone who feels like will speak their mind. You ask them a direct question, you should get a direct question in response. Maybe a bit too sharp in response. Something else I feel like saying here, Virgo, for your Valentine's message. Just because I have someone here, Virgo, who is very open and demonstrative, Virgo, in steps towards you, doesn't necessarily mean that you should go and follow suit. I do think clarity is important here, Virgo, but I do think it's all, Virgo, give time, Virgo, to love to suitors that come your way. Because also, too, Virgo, consider in this energy that is here, this is new energy. It's a different way of operating. And so, Virgo, here's energy that doesn't necessarily know the right ways to proceed. They're discovering those avenues, those passageways. And that's precisely why, Virgo, you should listen to what's being said, what kind of actions are being produced, and withhold your judgment for a little bit of time, Virgo, in that energy. Still have sixes coming up in here. Trying to see if there's any other types of energy. All that I have for your Valentine's message, I do get someone coming towards you with a whole lot of bravado. Well, not bravado, but a whole very forceful energy. Not necessarily, there's a little bit of sharpness here with Five of Swords, but here's someone who's going to act outside of how they have been. Also, too, someone who's going to notice how you are, and they're going to adjust themselves, Virgo, to the responses you give accordingly. Which is why it's important, Virgo, for you to see how that plays out. Do you speak? Do you share yourself, your ideas, your feelings, etc., as you feel inclined to, Virgo? But don't move in anything too fast, Virgo. It could move fast, Virgo. I don't think it should. Some of the signs that I pulled, some things are just, roller coaster, right? You blink your eyes, everything changed. With you, Virgo, everything could change in a blink of an eye, but I don't think you should move that fast in terms of love. Take a little bit of time with it, Virgo. Make sure you're getting someone who is, communicates what it is they have hopes for and to build. I think also understand that they are developing their spontaneity, their openness, their being the initiator in ways that they were not inclined to do before. And give it time. Anyway, thank you everyone for the likes. I see I have so many comments here. We'll start off at the beginning. Let's see what we have here. Anyway, hello Marie. Hello. Yes, Andres. And giving me aja messages from the beginning. Yes. So Jazzy, yes, if you would like a personal readings, I ask for a donation. So if you have any questions, any specific questions, I would recommend you can email me. We can schedule from there. I would just say that if you have bad energy, well, first of all, you need to change your vibration. I know that's hard to do sometimes. Think about what makes you happy. Think about what you're grateful for. Start from there. And see, there's some other people there. Hello, Never TV. I don't know what that one was, but okay. Scorpio's North Node. Hello, Destiny. Okay, lots of comments there. Not quite sure what all the other things are, but okay. Maybe I'll just say thank you, everyone. But yeah, on average, when I'm doing collective readings, I don't really read the comments. I focus on the cards. Let's see. So I will go and write down the comments. I've been talking for like 3 hours. My brain is mush right now. I will go and write down the order of the signs that I read it. And I'll leave this up for a little bit of time. It's 5:30 already, I think. It is. There's Dragon Ball Z on where I am at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go watch that. Bye-bye.